Hey guys, so this is episode 2 of my director's cut series. This is one of my favorite videos too. It's called Selfish with my client AÉNL out in Fort Worth. This video basically follows a little boy, and there's a lot that that's pretty much in this video. The first thing that you will notice is that he is in the center of every single frame in the video. And it's really just following a little boy's life. We wanted to make it kind of like a childhood boy, childhood story, something that everybody could relate to, getting ready for school, putting on your J's, etc., etc. But we wanted to show how, sometimes when we're younger, we're selfish, because his AMO's song is basically reminiscing about how he was when he was a child. So, you see him go to school, he makes a left. That's symbolic because, left, wrong, everything that he does is just wrong. So that's why we had him always go off or walk. Whenever he's walking off screen, he's walking off screen to the left. Even here when he jacks the kid's chain and runs off. Right here, when he's on the basketball court, it's really just to show that in his mind, he feels he's a badass. And that's why you see, him, drinking out the liquor bottle, just leaning back, arms folded, kind of refusing to play with other kids, just a real cool kid. Also, side note, as far as color grading with this video, I really wanted it to have a real kind of a different texture to it. Also wanted it to, I wanted to play with the colors. I didn't want the colors to be typical or like expected. Going back to the concept, following him being selfish. That's why you saw him step over the girl. Right now he's walking through, a group of homeless people that were camped out that night, just completely oblivious to everybody. But here, when you see him on the bench, he starts to come alive. He starts rapping, and you kind of realize that he's still a child and he still has dreams. And even though he does wear this box and he's stuck in this box and he's stuck in this mindset and this mentality of everything revolves around him, he still possesses hope because he's, creative and he's young and he still has, energy and stuff like that. Of course, or the way that I put it in here, I put that in the middle of the video to kind of show you that he is still a child, but then I bring you right back to where he walks past this homeless man who's clearly trying to get his attention, and he just completely just ignores him. And then tying in the story, of course he comes back home, he takes the box off of his head, places it down and, stares at himself in the mirror. And that's really, again, up to the audience and up to the viewer as to how you want to interpret that scene. I love to put those in there because it's just, people tell their own stories. And then lastly, you see him holding the box. That's just showing how he's really attached to, being selfish and, just that whole mindset, that whole mentality. It's all about me. It's all about me. And at this point in time in his life, he's just not able, or he's just doesn't know how to unwrap himself out of that. So, for a lack of better words. But yeah, so that was like one of my favorite videos. A lot of stuff in that, and I feel like there's other things that are in that video that you're missing, but I layered that video a lot. So maybe y'all can find different things in it. And tell me what y'all think about it. So stay tuned, I guess, for another episode. Appreciate y'all watching these. Talk to you soon.